morning with you. Today you join me at the lovely Rustics Pond for another challenge day, and it's going to be quite a difficult one, I think. The other one, amazing feedback, and people really want the challenge videos. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do one today, but it's also something very achievable for everybody to try, and it's super simple, which makes it more difficult. So as you can see, this gives a hint as to what bait I'm only allowed to use: maggots today. So maggots is the bait. The challenge is to catch 6 different species of fish. So as you can imagine, it's going to be quite difficult. There is quite a mixed array in here. That's obviously why I've picked this pond, but it still is not going to be any easy task. There is over 6 species of fish in here, probably closer to 10, but with maggots you're targeting sort of that core silverfish sort of size. Now what I'm going to look at doing attacking wise is I've got the new Preston window feeder. I know someone asked me to do a video on that, so we'll get onto that. That's obviously going to be the maggot feeder and the first line of attack. The second and third methods I'm thinking of is one lower on the bottom, and then one shallow through the water, to try and pick up those rudd and fish and probably roach that are up in the water if we haven't caught them already on the feeder. Now that the feeder for me is going to be aimed at more skimmers, eyed, and potentially tench or carp. And there is some chub in here as well. It's just, I've no idea how it's going to go, if I'm honest. So less of the rambling, and I'll get casted in. What we'll do is have a first cast in. I'm not putting the bait in here yet. We'll cast it out. You can see where it's going in, and then we'll come back and talk about the rigs and the setup behind it, because I know there's a few people interested in this window feeder. So when you're using any type of maggot feeder, always put the bait on first, because otherwise you end up with no maggots left everywhere. So I'm going to use a white and a red to start off with. Just hooking those on nicely. So a white and a red, and we spin this window feed around. As you all know, I've been fishing inline feeders for quite a bit. If you go and look through my videos, I've done videos on inline method feeders, inline maggot feeders for eyed, so it's worth a check. And I'm just a few people have asked me about this one, and quite intrigued to see how to go on with it, so that's why we're having a go with it today. So I'm fishing towards the bushes on the other side. I'm not fishing under them, because what I found from experience is that you get the better bites just off the bushes. So it does shallow up quite a lot when you get right next to the bushes. Using a little Yank and Bank 11-foot feeder at the moment. Got some new rods coming to the channel to replace all the Yank and Banks. The Yank and Banks have been amazing value for money, and I don't think you're going to need much of a guess to know what brand it is, but it's something. Before I decided to go over to Preston stuff, something that I've been toying with quite a bit, so that's going to be happening. It might be after Christmas, but we'll see. Now it is quite cold today. It's sort of 6 degrees when we first set off. Now we're more like the sort of 8 degrees, and it's going to go up to around the 13 degree mark today. What we really want to be doing is living a little bit longer than you normally would. There's only a small feeder this, so it's not putting a lot of bait out there, but I may make a few more casts to start off with around the 3-minute mark, and then what I'll do is continue to see how the fish are taking it in regards to how the feeding goes, but we're not in the depths of winter yet, but we're still not in the height of summer, so we don't want to be overfeeding. We just want enough for the fish to compete and try to hit that same spot. Into the first fish of the day, and it feels like a small fish. I'm going to assume it's a small skimmer or a roach. Let's see. Species number 1. And it's a roach to start the day. Got a beautiful little roach, beautiful red fins, fantastic start to the day, and that's fish number 1. Let's get him back and get back out there. And to the second fish of the day. I have a feeling this may be an hide. Be an hide or a skimmer. The way it's going, it's possibly a skimmer. Yep, it's a lovely skimmer. It's a lovely fish. So, get him unhooked and we'll get him lifted up for you. There we go. And that's a beautiful fish, beautiful skimmer, and that's number 2 in regards to the species. I'll get him back and we'll just have a little chat about the rig. Right guys, so let's have a look at the rig. So starting with the rod, it's a 10 foot yank and bank. We've not got a massive chuck today, so easily deals with that, it's no problem. And that's up with a 3000 TDM reel, 6 pound diaper sensor. Normally in super winter fishing I'll go to maybe a 4 pound line, but I keep the 6 on. There's a lot of carp in here, so you never know, you might catch a couple of those. So going on to the thing that people have been asking me about, and that's one of these Preston window feeders. So I'm just going to stand the rod up at the side of me so we can have a look at it. So effectively what it is you turn the top part like so, and as you can see it opens and closes, and that's where you drop your feed into, and that's pretty much it really. It's in line, it's connected like all your method feeders and all your bombs and everything else from the Preston range, where it's got an interchangeable body, so you can just slide the line out of the sides of it there and take the feeder off completely and swap it for something else if that's what we need to do. So that's down to a little feeder bead, and the hook link is Gen Pro line, and it's a 013 is what I've gone for today, so it's nice and light, but like that Pro Gen has plenty of stretch in it. It's a really good line, and that's down to, it's very small to see, a size 18 kkmb, and that's all we're fishing with. Really simple, and like I say, all in line. I've started off the trace or the hook link at around a foot, and that's usually what I'd do around this time of year. I'd probably start 14 to 15 inches away if it was full on winter, and if I fish it in summer or slightly warmer, I'll probably start at around 8 inches, and that's just how I go with it. So let's get back on the box and see if we can get number 3. Another fish. I think this could be tight number 3, and it is an eyed. So we have fish number 3. Nice. Right guys, we've shipped over to the pole. I haven't put any bait in yet. I'm not going to go through the rig just straight away. I'm just going to try get a little bit of bait in, but we've plumbed up out there. It's not deep at all, is this pond. You'll find it's consistent depth most places, shallower into the edges, but realistically we've got about 2 foot, and that's pretty much in the centre of the pond where we're expecting the deeper water. So what I've got here is a nice cad pot, Preston Innovations one, but there's thousands of them on the market, and what we're looking at doing is, obviously we've only got maggots to fish with. I've got the top on the insert that's got the drip feed, and we've got a white and a red to start with, and that's what we're going to use to feed. Just put my little F1 kit on, not because I want to bring them up closer, purely for the fact that it's got my lighter elastics in, and I'm using one of the hydrofusion elastics from ProGem, and it's the white one, which is about an 8, and should be nice and supple for anything we hook today. So I fish at 13 metres today. It's a comfortable length with the distance not really mattering, as is it's quite, like I said, an even so I'm just drip feeding a few maggots in, I turn it over and leave a few in. Into the first fish. It does look like a roach though, so it won't count. And there's a little roach, and we've already had a roach, so in she goes, and we'll get her hooked and have a little chat through the gear. Right guys, so the gear, like I said before, we've got the ProGen hydrofusion elastic in there. So like I said, it's about 8 to 10, really supple and soft. We've got 13 Gen Pro ProGen line, and that's all the way through, and we're not got a hook link on that. We're in open water. I'm not too fussed. We've got a 0.3 ProGen chimp style floating. Shotting pattern, I've got one number 9 just underneath. I've got 2 number 9s, and then one as a dropper. I am going to put one more on just to sink the float a little bit more, and I'll probably spread that bulk out because I'm going to get my catapult out and I'm going to start to feed a little bit over the top. So the hook itself, as we were fishing with on the feeder, it's a KKMB size 18, and hopefully we'll try and target these 3 stamps of fish, and fingers crossed we'll get at least 4 or 5, and we'll try for that completion, but we'll do as best. Right guys, just had a little quick shift of peg, just as we're not really producing on that one, and really want to get this challenge sort of as much attempt as we can. Took something probably 1.5 meters away from the lilies. Not quite sure what it is. It's got to be a carp, surely. And it's just on double red, this one. Gotta think it's a carp. But it's fighting very bizarrely. It's a really bizarre fight. It's keeping it out a little bit because I don't want it to come in too close to these lilies. But it's just an odd fight. maybe just a little carp. There's a light elastic as a possibility. It could be a big perch, or sometimes big perch in here, but the most likelihood is that it's a carp. I'm not going to give it too much beans. Got light elastic and a little light, small looking light line as well. This looks like a little carp. Going well on this hydrofusion, that's for sure. Let's have a little mirror carp. Need to get this one in. We ain't got that one on the list. It's gonna make fish number 4. I think it's just foul hooked itself as well, I think. There we go. Just rolled over. Just nicked itself in the side. But that is species number 4. Nice little mirror carp there. Let's get him back in and see if we can snare anymore. So just a quick recap of where we are. We've had a roach. We've had several fish. A lot of them I haven't put on camera if the same fish. We've had roach, we've had skimmer, we've had eyed, and now we've just had a carp, a mirror. So I'm going to go back out there. I'm going to stay on double red because I'm trying to target a perch to try and I tend to catch them more on the red maggots. So I'm going to keep on that and see if we can catch one. So my ideal to catch the final 2 would be a rudd and a perch. But there is a chance of catching a common or a fantail or something like that, as they are another carp, but they're a different breed of carp, so they count as a different species. So let's get back out there, see if we can snare one of those. I keep hopeful that we will able to hook a perch. And there's a bit of sun come out, so I may start feeding some shallow and try and get a rudd up in the water. Into another fish. This one feels like potentially another carp. It's going hard out there. Fingers crossed it's a common this time. A common or a ghosty. That'll do nicely, as we need both of those species. Just keeping it in open water start for lots of snags on this peg, and these fish know exactly where to go. And these little ones are absolutely full of beans. Proving a very good decision to move over to this peg. I feel just getting a very small glimpse of this fish that could be another mirror. You just got to remember when you're playing these kind of fish, your surroundings, but also the gear that you're using. Obviously, quite light gear today. Yeah, here's another mirror. There's It's not the end of the world if we don't get this in, but I still want to get it in. I certainly don't want to get it into those reeds, that's for sure. Well, it's a bit better stamp than we had on last fish. Definitely full of beans. There we go. And here's definitely a bigger step than last time. Oh, that's a beautiful coloured mirror, this one. This was probably the better one for the camera, as it's literally a perfect example of a mirror fish, mirror carp. Just that tiny hook in the corner of his mouth. Let's get him lifted up. See if he's going to play ball. Still full of beans in here. So we're going to give it a try to lift him up. Similar size to the last fish. Full of beans. Beautiful markings on this one. Let's get him back. See if we can get those commons going. And like I say, we're only feeding maggot. Double red on the hook, and just sprinkling them, put those maggots in. That's 2 carp we've had in quick succession. To another fish. I'm not sure what this one is. I know what I hope it is. Oh, is this a rod? This might be a rod. It is a rod. Stay on, stay on, stay on. Boom! It's a rod. Beautiful. That was one of the fish that I felt least confident about catching this time of year. And we've got one. Brilliant. So you can see there's a little golden configuration. Sorry, I'm getting attacked by flies here, but you can see for sure it's a true rod. It's bottom lip protruding over the top one, so it's a top feeder, and it comes up in the water. You can see that golden sheen on him, and that top lip and that bottom lip protruding over that top lip. So boom, that is number 5. One more fish, come on you perch. Perch or common carp. That's all we need now to complete the challenge. And we're on it. We see the finish line. And let's see if we can do it. Right guys, I've just hooked into something quite decent. I can't lift it. But, I've got to think it's a carp. But I'm hoping it's a tench. And if it's a carp, I hope it's a common. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. It's not going off crazy like you would expect a carp to do. Just don't know yet. Oh, I think it's a common. This might be it. Challenge done here. Might be challenge done here, guys. Pay attention to a little bit. This might be it. Oh, it is. It's a ghosted common. This could be challenge done. Let's get him in that net. Come on, baby. Boom! Challenge complete. With a ghosty. Oh, yes. Let's get him lifted up, guys. A weird old bite a weird old sort of fight for a sort of ghosty. Like a common, a silver common. It's like more of one of the ornamental fish that now he's deciding to swim about. It's got lovely ghosted colours on his head. I'm going to try and show him. It's easy. Come on, you're the winning fish. You need to be up. So there we go. Beautiful fish. Lovely coloured fins on there. Nice ghosted colour on his head. Amazing. So guys, challenge completed. Boom, 2 out of 2. So I'm really pleased with that, because that was not an easy challenge. I'm going to sign the video off now, but I'm going to carry on fishing and see if I can have that perch, and if I can I'll put that on the video. But 6 out of 6, let's give a quick recap. We had a roach, we had an eyed, and we had a skimmer or a bream on the feeder this morning. This afternoon we've had a rudd, we've had a mirror, and we've had a ghosted common. Brilliant. And that's the 6. We've had plenty of extra roach, plenty of extra eyed, plenty of extra skimmers. And obviously the rudd, that's it. I said that's in with those. So that's your 6. And what a day's fishing. It's just been nice and steady, not manic, just really thinking about how we're trying to catch those fish. We went from fishing out far away to try and attract them so we didn't scare them off once we'd set up. We've found a feature now to fish and feeding and fishing through the water with a strung out bolt like I showed you before. I've caught most on red maggots, and now these still on white maggots, but everything with maggot. That's, like I said to you, that's the only bait I've brought. There's no camera trickery, there's no messing about behind the scenes or putting different baits on. It's all maggot all the way, and it's been a great day. Try this challenge out yourselves. Let me know how you do on Instagram and the Facebook group. I'll be more than happy to see it. If you've got any suggestions of other challenges that you think is going to be good, obviously we're coming into not a great season, but post them on the comments below. Thanks for watching. Join us on the Facebook group Angling For You. Join us on the Instagram angling_for_you. Like and subscribe. Ta-lines. You're not going to believe this. Literally, I was packing up, and last drop with, believe it or not, double white rather than double red, and missed the perch. So that's 8 out of in total, 8 different types. Lovely little perch to finish on, and that is crazy.